So this is a summary on the book, Structuring a Championship Program. It's not about X's and O's, and this has to do with high school football programs. The first thing you want to do is find out what is a program, right? What are you trying to do? You're the head coach, and maybe it's your first job, maybe it's your 10th year on the job. What is your mantra? What's your battle cry? What are you trying to get your kids to do? So in doing that, you kind of have to define a program, right? The program is multiple systems, complementary in nature, functioning in unison to produce a specified objective. And then if we break down the word program, it comes from the Latin root programma, which is a proclamation, a written public notice. When the community sees your kids with your football shirt on, with whatever, how are they going about uh, personifying the messages and the lessons that you're blessing them with. And systems, if a program is a series of systems, we've got to also ask, or we've got to identify the fact that systems are based off rules. So this leads us to two questions, like, what are you trying to do with your program? And the first thing is, we think you're trying to maximize the number of young men that reach their potential. And that's by breaking down the different systems. Your system for them as a student, as a player, as a male, the masculine and the feminine aspects. Masculine with being how they act, the different ways they go out into the community, and then also the feminine aspect. What are they thinking? How are they thinking? How do you do that? Competition. It's just flat out. Uh, if you break down competition, com means together and petere means strive for. What are we striving for as a group? And in what respects? All respects. Our best years as a program were the years where our kids were flat out in a knock them out, drag them out argument about whose GPA was higher. The most important thing, your ability to get this done has to do with your coaching staff. And that is, you got to delegate, you got to meet, you got to communicate, and then you got to repeat. You have different meetings at different parts of the year with different objectives and different assignments. So you need a diverse staff, but you also need to diversify. In that, you're going to have the different systems. This went into breaking down some of them. I only showed you one of the breakdowns with the strength and conditioning. And kind of the thought process is, your strength and conditioning schedule isn't going to be the same in the summer as it is in the spring, as it is in the season. How are you going to do that? How do you want to get it implemented? How do you want to get it done? And then we move into, it's not about what you're trying to do. It's about, how do the people that are under your care receive and regurgitate via the actions, right? Like, it doesn't matter if you tell them not to touch the stove. If everybody's touching the stove, you got to go back and say, what am I not doing? How can I better communicate how I want my kids to act and move forward? And in that, you've got to differentiate. There are times where you'll split everybody up through grade level, through offense and defense, through their performance. At different points of the year, there will be different scenarios with different rules, different rubrics, different mentalities. You don't want your kids acting the way they act on the field in the classroom, and vice versa. And then different people who are part of your tribe have different roles. Your coaches and your parents and your teachers. So it takes a community, it takes a village, and then a bunch more, right? Go over recruiting, go over parent meetings, go over prospect lists and practice organization, practice themes, different themes that you can have during the year, different rubrics, and the list goes on and on. So, with that, just a little show of all of the books that I've currently got out, and the 2 football books. It's Structuring a Championship Program, which will be linked down in the description the description portion, and then also my other book, the Implementing a Championship Defense. If you liked it, like the video, share it. And hey, if you really liked it, go ahead and buy the book. Anyways, thanks for watching. Alrighty.